Hello there. I'm actually recording this for the second time because the first time of me trying to record this turned into me ranting about critical ops for 20 minutes. And I really don't want to bother you with a way too long video. I just want to point out a bug. And like the normal fucking POV just not gonna cut it, so we're moving to headcam. Yay, 500 subs, ubu. So the issue that I'm having is the way sniping used to work, like the way sniping still works, is you quickscope this way, right? Like you scope in and you shoot. That's the way you used to do it with like left-handed claw, where you have your scope button here and your shoot button here. But for right, it's usually like this. So this just doesn't look as good as what Angel used to do back in the day. And I think I joined into his VC once and asked him about, how are you quickscopes in your videos so damn fast? And you just saw it there. The way you do it is you scope in and then you press all three buttons at the same time. And if you do that just at the right timing, you will have a pretty fast quickscope that immediately switches away. This used to work perfectly. But when I was still using, I hadn't changed my HUD really in the last, I really don't know, like 1 year, 2 years. And like even in the fucking 120, I still had the same HUD and everything was Gucci. But we were kind of drunk in VC or just whatever, fucking retarded. And we were like, yo, it would be the funniest thing in the fucking world if we just played a private, but we all used the default HUD. And so we did that, and by resetting the HUD, I now also have this weird ass scope button that I think nobody will ever use, nobody has ever asked for, but in exchange you just can't turn it off. What this thing does now is, if I quickscope, like, or if I snipe in general, and then like if I quick switch, but if I normally quick switch, like this, my scope button is not used, but if I do it the way I'm used to doing it for like 3 years now, then you saw that. Especially if I'm like in the motion of like, I don't know, uncrouching or something, the chance of me like kinda low-key a bit hitting this button like to one side and therefore like missing my quickscope by just a tiny bit is incredibly high, and this happens like 99% of the time when I'm trying to quickscope now. If this was a feature that perfectly was reasonable to add and that made perfect sense to be added, then I would just be like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna learn the normal way of quickscoping again. But I'm really just not keen on throwing 3 years of muscle memory away in exchange for a feature that is indicated to prevent new players from playing Claw. That's kind of the issue here. Like, I really have no idea why the fuck this is there. And no, I have played Claw for like 2 years on a Huawei P8 Lite. I really don't have the phone around me right here. But you can see I have quite big hands, right? The issue is, people use I have a phone as an excuse for not being able to use 4 fingers. I might find a screenshot for you here. But I've seen people play on 6 fingers, like with 6 fingers on a fucking phone. This is possible. People just don't know what's worth, like, they just don't do it. It's fucking, I just don't get it. Or differently, putting everyone else at a disadvantage, like this, because you add a feature that is indicated to help new players that think that they aren't capable of using the normal stuff, is pretty much as if Valve would give everyone that has a bad PC a free premium membership for fucking Avee or some other fucking client. It is so useless, brain dead, and unnecessary. Almost as unnecessary, in fact. I ranted about this for like 15 minutes last time, but I'm just gonna keep it short. I might make a special video about changes that just weren't fucking necessary. So, the damage indicators. They worked. If my mind is working correctly, right? the damage indicators had not changed since 2015, when the game first came into alpha. I have never, in my 5 years of playing this game, seen anyone complain about the damage indicators. But here we are having new damage indicators that nobody fucking asked for, are broken as shit, and are just fucking ugly because they are literally a red flashbang. Why the fuck would you add new features and not give people that are already used to the old features a way to use the old features despite the new ones being added? Like, it's not like anyone asked for people to change between the old and the new models. That would actually be fucking game breaking, and no one asks for that. But why wouldn't you just fucking allow me to have like off, small, medium, large, and then you could like put like fucking retro or whatever, just name it, I don't know. Like, why isn't this possible? Why isn't this a thing? Like, I don't see the issue behind this. It's, why do you add features, or why do you change stuff that is already working perfectly for years? It's the same with the fucking, I don't remember, what was it? Fuck it. You know, like, at least 10, 20 things that no one has ever asked for, and we still got in COPs. I completely understand, like, if they add this fucking wrench, right? Critical Force needs to make money. That's completely obvious, and I don't really want to bother them with stuff like, yeah, why you add the skins? There is more important things. But this shit, no one has ever asked for this. I'm completely, like, if Critical Force was a perfectly working game, the way, for example, okay, CSGO is the perfectly working game, but let's just use CSGO as an example. If a game would work perfectly for, I don't know, 5-6 years, and the developer team would be like, I really wonder what this is going to do, let's just do like an experimental feature, because they really don't have anything else to do, then I'm perfectly fine with that. But a game that is the most broken bullshit on this fucking planet, with 10 million years of peakers advantage, fucking pay-to-win devices, the most garbage service in the fucking universe. This game wastes money and workforce onto adding new damage indicators that are accidentally worse than the old ones, and literally an exact copy from another game. But yeah, well, we really can't be bothered adding stuff that works well in other games because we want to develop our own game. But in exchange, let's just add like one by one copy paste of something else. Let me just show you something. I don't really play CSGO, so I didn't notice that earlier. But one of my mates actually pointed out how Staying Alive, or however this fucking song is named from, I think it's the Bee Gees, perfectly fits on the deagle spray in CSGO. Like in CSGO, the way you spray the deagle, that you don't have any recoil. It perfectly fits onto the beat of that song. I might put it in the background right now. You would think that COPs added a deagle that doesn't have that, because they don't want to copy CSGO, obviously, because that was the main purpose, like the main argument between or behind people suggesting stuff that works well in CSGO and could also work well in COPs. But let's see. Okay, we would need more bullets here because the deagle obviously in COPs just has 7 shots. But you probably get the fucking point. I really don't want to shit on Critical Force too much, because I think they're doing a relatively good job. But please, stop listening to people who play your game for like 3 weeks, and don't discredit the opinion of people who play your game for more than 3 years. Thanks.